Hey everyone, my name is Matt. Welcome to my shop. Today is April 6th and this is my weekly shop update. So I hope everyone's week is off to a good start. I don't know why it's hard to get out. I hope everyone's week is off to a great start. Happy Monday to everyone. Maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday, depending on when you watch this. This past week in the shop, I was continually working on the drawers for the lower case of the secretary, and I've been working on that the video for that. So that'll probably be out this week. I'm most of the way through it, and if you're not familiar, if you weren't following along with that whole thing, this is what I'm making. These little drawers here with the dovetail joints that come in at an angle. So the front is at an angle to the sides, or an angle that's not 90 degrees. So that's what I've been working on this week. And then of course I was editing videos and stuff like that too. As you saw, the sawmill video and the log video, the cutting up a log to get different grain pattern things. And I had a question about this that I will answer in a little bit. All right, so the other thing worth mentioning this week is the upper case of the secretary is totally finished, except for the finials. I haven't finished those because I want to sand them a little more, but everything except those has all the finish applied and it's all back together. And the last piece is this one door. I just have to cut the little, I guess it's technically a little rabbet right here in the side there where the lock piece, wow, the bolts, I guess, is the deadbolt part of the lock would go into here from the other door and go into this one and lock them together. So all I have to do here is just cut that little rabbet there, and I can reapply the piece of brass that goes on here and mount this door to the case. And then the upper case is all looking pretty nice. And I'll probably show that next week with that door finally installed and my heater turned on, and I'm going to turn it off because it's loud. So I mentioned in a couple of videos now that I'm going to be making hardwood floors for the room that is above my shop, which is our family room. And this past week, we decided that we would just remove the carpet from in there, since that carpet was kind of getting old and it was a little stained, and we thought it might be a little bit nicer just to have the subfloor there, and that's just kind of like moving the project forward. It's kind of like a real thing. So we pulled up the carpet last week, and that's the thing I love about working on houses is as you remove things, you get to see the things that people decide to cover up. So the floor above me, the subfloor, is diagonal boards, and then there's a vapor barrier, and then there is a underlayment on top of that. And that underlayment was particle board under that the carpet pad. And at some point in the previous life of this house, the previous owners must have had some pets that like to go potty on that floor, because the subfloor, or that underlayment, was really stained, really musty, and since it was particle board and it had gotten wet, it was sort of disintegrating a little bit. So as I was rolling up that carpet, I was thinking to myself, wow, this is pretty musty smelling. I wonder what's up with this. And then when I pulled up the underlayment, I'm like, well, that's where that smell is coming from, and this is pretty gross. So I ended up removing all those sections of that underlayment for now, and then I'm going to put down a whole new subfloor anyway. But once I saw that the underlayment was particle board, I figured I had to replace it with plywood anyway, since the particle board doesn't really have any holding power for those nails that I'm going to use to secure the flooring down to the subfloor. So I have a bunch of like sections of the subfloor of the underlayment there that are missing, and just have the vapor barrier. So we thought it was going to be a nice change just to have that nice kind of cleanish subfloor look, but now we have subfloor that is partially stained and missing. Oh, and the best part of this whole experience, and which is why I bring up the getting to see the things that people cover up bit. So whoever decided to put new carpet down on top of that underlayment, they figured, hey, there's some staining here, it smells bad, let's just roll some poly over it and that should seal it all in and we'll be good. Wrong. Don't do that. Just fix it. Just replace it and get it over with. Oh, so yeah, that's oh man, that's just ridiculous. That I don't understand some people. It's not that hard to just replace a couple pieces of particle board. Oh, that's gross. All right, so I had a question regarding the log video I just did about quarter sawing. This question was from Chris Weebler, and he asked, so the quarter saw boards will only get thicker and not wider? And that is, let's say the short answer to that is yes. If you look at the grain that's on this board here, the growth rings are oriented vertically, and wood expands across the grain, so that'll be in this direction here. So yes, quarter sawn boards will only get thicker, they will not get wider. Technically not true. They will get wider and narrower, but just a very, very finite amount. Nowhere near as much of a change as the dimension this way. Now that's going to be opposed to something like this, which is flat sawn. With the grain running this direction, it's going to expand this way for the most part. It's going to get a little bit of difference here just because wood changes slightly in this direction, and technically it gets shorter in this direction and all that stuff, but that is so negligible that for the most part you can pretty much say that it's just going to expand across the grain and in no other direction. So yeah, so quarter sawn only gets thicker, it doesn't get wider. If you want to get technical about it, you can, but I think for our purposes that's just fine. Okay, so tomorrow, Tuesday, a new episode of the Matt and Matthew Show will be out. That is going to be about using plans in your work, and we also went into our preferred finishing techniques and a little bit about that. Speaking of finishing, I'll be doing a Ask Matt about my own finishing process when I finish the lower case of the secretary, which could be this week or could be next week, depending on how soon I get these drawers done. So I think that's about it this week. Not a whole lot of exciting things this week. Not every week can be exciting. But thank you as always for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments about anything I talked about today or anything here in my shop, or if you have a question for an Ask Matt or anything like that, be happy to take those as well. Yeah. Thanks as always for watching again, and happy woodworking.